guys, how's it going? Welcome to today's vlog. We started today's off video by climbing up this tree, and I would say I'm about maybe 50, 60, somewhere around there, feet up in the air. This tree is not too difficult to climb, but I honestly just absolutely love climbing trees and just being way up in a tree. Definitely the climbing the tree is much easier than climbing down the tree. You just keep climbing up and then you're like, oh no, how do I get down from this tree? But you know, don't worry about that until you're climbing back down. There's ants all over this tree. At least they're not biting ants. Oh yeah, and big thank you to everyone who helped us get the Fluent Spanglish new YouTube channel that we just started to 1,000 subscribers. Our goal was to get there in before Sunday, but we actually got to 1,000 subscribers in less than 12 hours. So thank you to everyone for that. We're gonna be putting up lots of videos on that channel where a few phrases in English and then a few phrases in Spanish. Of course, if you haven't already checked it out, links in the description. Alright, well I just strapped my camera to a tree branch. Still have my hand kind of holding onto it just to make sure it doesn't fall. Probably the camera will get completely just like disintegrated, destroyed if it falls out of this tree. Same goes for me, so I don't want to fall. So, real quick, I'll answer a quick question or something that I get asked sometimes, and that is like, how much benefit and how much does it bring to your channel and to your videos by having a drone and putting drone footage in your videos? So, to be honest, a drone does not make a YouTube channel. So by having a drone and showing drone footage does not mean that your channel is going to be popular or successful. Because I know that and I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with me, got some construction going on next door. Gotta deal with it. I know a lot of you guys would probably agree with me that you would much rather follow a YouTube channel where someone is talking, maybe showing their face and talking about what they're doing and talking about stuff, than just a channel where all there is drone footage. Because, you know, there's a lot of videos out there that are just drone footage, and unless it's just like ridiculously crazy, like spectacular, amazing, then a lot of people aren't just gonna follow a channel. Most people aren't gonna follow a YouTube channel that's just drone footage. And if I had to choose between having maybe a couple $100 little point and shooter camera, or like a $2, $3, maybe $10,000 drone, maybe like the Inspire 2 or something, I would much rather have the couple $100 little point and shooter, because I can make so many different types of videos with a camera that I can hold, I can talk to, whereas a drone, you can get really cool footage, but it's kind of limited. To me, the little point and shooter would be much more valuable in making vlogs and trying to grow a YouTube channel. So those are my thoughts on having a drone and how much value. So don't get the idea that you need a drone to have a successful YouTube channel. Man, it is crazily windy up here. Hope that isn't totally screwing up the audio. That is actually Malaya hiding underneath the truck. I was able to zoom all the way into that from up in this tree. So as you can see, I'm a pretty good height up in the tree. I'm actually higher than our neighbor's little rancho they got. That rancho is about the height of a roof, so that is a pretty good example of how high I am up. Got some, what's this called? Oh yeah, like a sun flare. Look at that amazing sun flare. I always think sun flares look so cool in videos. And I'm not quite high enough to see the ocean. If I was maybe another 50 or 60 feet, then I probably would be able to see the ocean, but not quite there. In the past, I think I've showed this Bear Grylls Gerber little paracord knife. This is the first and the latest fixed blade knife that I have. That means the metal of the blade goes through the entire length of the knife. But a little modification that I did to this knife is when you get it, the handle comes wrapped in orange paracord. So what I did is I took that orange paracord off, then I wrapped it up with black paracord, as you can see, and I left a little lanyard so I could slide my wrist through there. But like this, I can fit a little bit more cordage on here. Plus, orange isn't my most favorite color. I like the black paracord. I think the black paracord looks a bit cooler. Nice little pan from up in the tree. Get a nice view. There's these little tickly ants that keep climbing all over my hands. And they just tickle you. They don't bite, they just tickle. So ticklish. A little funny thing that I figured out to do with these almendra trees is there's these little bead looking things that you can take off of the branches. You end up with a handful of them, and sometimes you can collect a bunch, and then when someone's walking by, you drop them onto them and they're like, ah, something peed on me. Now we're going to town to maybe run some errands, maybe pick up some stuff. You guys are coming along. Making our way to town, almost there. A little bit dustier than normal because it's just getting past the holidays. So our AC just is broken, of course, when there's lots of dust. So we're in the hot car with the windows rolled up. Awesome. Next stop is the store. Ooh, we always run out of the coconut milk with which I used to make my smoothies. Gotta stock up. Guys, we just stopped off at the organic market. Everything here is organic. Got fruits, vegetables, all types of good stuff. A radish, hello radish, Kung Fu Panda radish. I'm picking up a few of these coconuts. They are delicious, and they're nice and cold. Just poke a little hole right there. Poke. I think these taste better than any type of Powerade or Gatorade or energy drink. We're gonna get one of these guanabanas. I made a wild edible video in the past. I think they taste pretty good if you put them in the freezer, and they help fight cancer and I think prevent cancer, if I'm correct. Huh? Yep. Done at the organic market, off to pick up lunch. So we wanted to get some tuna burgers from our favorite restaurant, but we went there, we ordered some tuna burgers, and then 20 minutes later they're like, oh, we actually don't have tuna. We're like, ah, that's a bummer. So came home and had to make some homemade nachos. So not too bad that they didn't have tuna. I mean, I really do like the tuna burgers, but this was just fine. Eat this up and see what else we're gonna do today. Oh, I'm stuffed after eating those nachos. Well, to wrap up the day, we're gonna head down to the beach, go for a surf. Haven't surfed in a couple of days. Yeah, get some good ones. I've just returned from surfing. I caught a couple of decent waves. I had a lot of waves, but I went to do a maneuver and then I fell. hopefully work on not falling so much, but I got a few waves where I was able to finish the wave. That's always the goal on a wave, is you want to do some type of maneuver or just pumping down the line and finish the wave. Try to not do something at the end and fall. Like, it's good to do something at the end of the wave and when you're trying to go for a new maneuver that you're trying to learn, but if you finish it, it's the best. It also does really good in competitions. If you finish the wave, your score is much higher because you didn't like fall and incomplete the wave. So yeah, I saw there was a good amount of people out there. Saw some people dropping in on other people. So today has been a good day. Hope you guys enjoyed. Today's positive quote was actually sent to me was actually commented on one of my videos, so sent to me from Smiling Knight. Thank you, Smiling Knight, for the positive quote. This quote is, if you ever run out of quotes, here is a really great one in my opinion. Mosquito. Appreciate what you have before time makes you appreciate what you had. What this quote means to me is you do not want to get caught up in always thinking that you need more. Like, maybe with filming gear, to be like, I have this camera, well, I need that one that's like $1,000 more to make better videos, and then once I have that one, then I need this $50,000 camera, and I just need that one. Or like always feeling like you need something to maybe bring you joy or bring you like happiness. So you do not want to get in the habit of feeling like you need an object to bring you happiness. And then, because if you get in the habit of feeling like that, then once you get that object, that's something, you're still gonna want something else. Then you're gonna already be in the habit of needing something to bring you happiness. So then you're gonna want something else and something else and something else, and it's this ongoing thing. Objects, just things, aren't necessarily what will bring you the most joy in life. I feel that having awesome experiences, maybe for me, exploring places, doing stuff, like exploring somewhere that I've never been, that will bring me much more joy than maybe getting just an item. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that quote. If you do have any positive quotes, let me know in the comments so I can possibly use them in a future video. Love hearing your guys' positive quotes. Remember to keep always doing more awesome stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow early in the morning. Bang! I think today is the full moon. I wonder if maybe we'll try to get a shot of it. Well, thanks for watching the video all the way to the end, and I just had to show this full moon. So if you saw my Instagram post, I posted a picture of the moon a couple days ago, and everyone was like, that picture's so cool, it's incredible, like what settings were you using? So I was using full manual, and I was at 100 ISO, an aperture of 8, and a shutter speed of 100. That seemed to be the magic numbers for me to get this type of video of the full moon. Definitely don't use auto on your camera, it'll just make the moon just way too bright. And just to prove to you that this is a video, that is my hand passing in front of the camera. So, thanks for watching the video, see you guys in the next one. That moon is just amazing, I could just stare at that all day.